It's September 17th, 9:06 a.m. I'd like to call to order the governance meeting for Ulster County IDA. Our mission statement is that the mission of the Ulster County Industrial Development Agency is to advance the job opportunities, general prosperity, and the long-term economic vitality of Ulster County residents by targeting tax incentives, bonding, and other assistance to foster creation and attraction of new business and the retention and expansion of existing business. May I please have everybody stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Also the roll call. Constable here, Ms. Silver.
Here.
Thank you. Mr. Kelly is running behind with notice. Approval of minutes. May I please seek a motion for approval of minutes from the last meeting on this? Well, thank you.
So moved.
All right, I'll give you a moment to review.
I already read them.
All right, so I'm in favor of approving those. Can two
You
people?
second?
Yes,
And I-
in the second? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, we can do that.
Okay.
Thank you. Any public comment on agenda items only? No. We don't need an executive session. Old business. So the only reason we had to call this one today was because we have reviewed some changes to the fees, administrative fees, etc. And
I'm just not sure if this is working. It made a
Yeah,
weird-
Oh,
made
it
a
did?
weird noise. Yeah.
I can speak loudly.
Yeah, let's just try to speak clearly, but I'm picking up sound on the YouTube live video, so the sound is still on.
Sorry, go keep going.
All right, so sorry about the interruption, but we have reviewed some changes to the administrative fees and a few other items for which our council recommended that we need to have a recommendation to the board such that it can be approved by the board. So this is simply to seek a motion to provide a recommendation to the board. So may I please seek a resolution to recommend that the Ulster County Industrial Development Agency is considering adopting a resolution to approve certain amendments to the fee schedule guidelines of the agency.
So moved.
I will second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. And for reference, the fee schedule guideline red line, or the draft, is attached beginning page 11, just in case somebody wants to refer to it.
I think we have a non-red line version.
We have the clean copy in the board packet for the board to consider if red line versions for your eyes.
Perfect, perfect. And the red line version is black and white, just everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So that was all we had. We don't have any new business, and so may I please seek a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Yes. Second. All right, may I please call to order the meeting of Ulster County Capital Resource Corporation. The mission of the Ulster County Capital Resource Corporation is to promote community and economic development in Ulster County and always complement the work of Ulster County, primarily through issuing and selling bonds for non-profit institutions. Thank you. The roll call, Ms. Silverman.
Here.
Constable Bunnell here, and Mr. Kelly is absent with notice.
Oh,
Oh, there he is, actually. Mr.
Right.
Kelly, I'm doing a call to order for Ulster County Capital Resource Corporation. Mr. Kelly, are you here?
Yes.
Thank you. So please amend the last sentence. Mr. Kelly is here as well. Just to give you an update, sir. We simply move forward with a recommendation to the board such that we can amend the fee schedule for the IDA government that we had discussed last time. There was no other action taken. All right. May I please seek a motion to approve the minutes from the August 12th meeting?
so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Right.
Thank you. Aye. No public comment on agenda items? All right. We don't need an executive session. Old business, none. And new business is not there right now. And may I please seek a motion to adjourn? Motion.
Oh, second.
Thank you. All in favor? Meeting adjourned. I will hand it over to Clifford such that we can move with other things.
Thank you, Custard. So I think we're gonna have Rachel, who is here serving as chair. Mike unfortunately couldn't be here today. Kick us off with our regular board meeting.
All right, so good on audio?
Yes.
All right, so I will call to order the regular meeting of the Ulster County IDA. It is September 17th at 9:11 a.m. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Ham is absent with notice. Silverman here. Steve Kelly.
Here.
Joe Ferraro.
Here.
Randall Everett.
Here.
Kerwin.
Here.
The mission statement of the Ulster County IDA is to advance the job opportunities, general prosperity, and long-term economic vitality of Ulster County residents by targeting tax incentives, bonding, and other assistance to foster creation and attraction of new business and the retention and expansion of existing business. The minutes are included in the packet if you want to take a minute to review, and if I can get a motion to approve.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, before we move on to item 6 on the agenda, public comment, we were thinking of possibly moving new business up so that we could hear from Hudson Valley Seed and address that issue before moving on to things that might take longer so they can get in and out. So can we get a motion to?
So moved.
Excellent. All right, so we're gonna move new business up on the agenda. And I think now maybe invite, yeah, we're gonna invite Karen Legg up to tell us about the project so that we can then consider moving forward with the public hearing. And the information about the project is in the packet. Yeah.
The summary page.
With the summary page, which
Love your-
I
I love
worked
your-
really well.
Would love your feedback on how you guys feel about the summary page. It's the first time we're using it, so because it is.
It's in there.
I believe you.
Excellent.
There we go.
The actual application, starting on page 56, and the resolution sits right before that. So,
All right.
Yeah.
or, all right, here you go from the Valley Seed Library, or looking to do a project. So I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about what you're looking to do and if anyone has questions.
Thanks. Good morning, everyone. I'm Carrie. I am the head of Human Resources and Development at the Hudson Valley Seed Company, and this is Doug Muller. He is our founder, co-owner, and managing director. So we've been around now for about 17 years in the Hudson Valley. Started as a 2-person operation with Doug and Kay Green, and now have about 28 people who work at the seed company, both in our offices and on our farm. We are seeking to build a 10,000 square foot building on our new headquarters property in Accord. This is a beautiful 107 acre parcel that we were lucky to be able to acquire from the Open Space Institute. And we have a small 5 acre part of it that's been designated as developable for our company. So first we renovated an existing building there, and we have opened up our new retail shop and gallery, and we have some farm processing on the other side of the building. And our farm is getting more and more established on the land around that building, including our demonstration gardens and trial gardens. And this summer we have the Cure of Dahlias for the first time, so come visit us. But this new project is the phase 2 of the existing project, and this 10,000 square foot building will allow us to bring all of our team together under one roof. Right now, we're renting several different locations, all in High Falls and Accord, and we're doing our best, but it will be a tremendous boost to our efficiency and just to our overall, I think, ability to function as a business, to all be together on the property. And it will also allow us to expand our catalog of products. We'll have more room for storage of various things, including not only our seeds, but our non-seed products, bulbs, potatoes, shallots, all that kind of material that we sell our customers as well, and store that safely and properly in a much more energy efficient manner. So let's see.
Well, added is an expansion of square footage as well, so it's like
Yeah.
more like
Yes.
almost doubling the square footage, which we need to be fully occupied in square footage.
And we really, you know, we kind of got this started during COVID, and so it's been definitely an evolving, you know, kind of financial landscape for us. And so part of what our need is that so many costs have gone up since we started in terms of construction materials and labor and all of that stuff, that we are finding it a stretch to be able to do this, but a doable stretch, but we need help. So that's why we're before you today to see that help. 17 years, but on this property, we moved here officially about a year ago from our little spot on Route 209. It's, you know, we still rent for our operations, but yeah, we moved our sales.
So this is additional warehouse and whatnot.
Correct, yeah, the warehouse, manufacturing space.
Do you mail order stuff?
Yeah, that's our main retail.
Yes, we have greenhouses, we sell plants, we also have main business in Chennai.
We have retail and wholesale customers.
And you were right across from 100 feet, right, in the next.
We were right in that building, yeah.
So we're still, our operations, so like our manufacturing, shipping are still there, and that's.
Okay. Maybe I can start with a few questions. So I like the project quite a bit. I've known you guys, not you directly, but the company for a long time. I only have one question actually. You mentioned the 3 jobs that we created over time. Can you just help me out? How long did it take for them to be onboarded essentially?
Yeah, actually,
Do you want the?
yeah, can I refer to that page?
And this is 3 additional jobs to the 15 that you currently have.
That's right, we would retain those jobs, and yeah, here we are. So we see adding 1 a year for the next 3 years. Stepping that out, full-time jobs and some seasonal jobs as well.
Where do they fall in the salary range? Those 3.
Those 3,
The background, just trying to get a sense of looking at your.
yeah, I think
They're full-time, right?
they're full-time, they will be benefited. One of them is like professional management level, and then there are a couple that are more, one is service and one is more of a medium skilled manufacturing. So you could see on page 12 that where those fall in our salary ranges.
That's helpful. The workers will be provided any type of housing as well, or you're not thinking about that yet? Second.
So the site plan that we got approved by the Town Rochester Planning Board for Airport Road did include residents, but that is, you know, the 3rd phase, so to speak, like, so hopefully we'll get there.
Okay.
But that one's a little bit of a harder sell for a bank, because it's a little unconventional. The housing on the farm, it's not like a dorm or migrant housing. So, so it's in the plan, but we are very excited.
What is unrepeatable? Mountain House building its work, so that's.
Potentially, maybe it'll be easier than we
Similar,
expect.
is it similar to, I mean, cause that's what the Mountain House does, I mean, how we just do.
It would be a residence, like a single residence,
That's not
or, yeah, for like our farm director. That was sort of the idea there. So it's not like for a lot of people, it's just for one family.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's not workforce house necessarily, or farmhouse.
It's yeah, for a member of our team, but not sort of
Not
or
broad.
it's not like a multi-family
Fair enough.
dwelling, yeah,
Fair enough. And that's the third stage in which.
Yeah, correct.
So your ask from us is for either you've already secured your financing that you need, or you need financing from us?
We're in the process of securing financing, where it's not secured yet. We're working with Ulster Savings Bank.
Yeah, we consider for that.
So this may be eligible for like a industrial revenue bond, but I think the total amount of the project is rather small, that bonding may be a very more expensive option than going to the bank.
And that, financing is going to be secured by November, is that?
That's our goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Very
All right.
close.
All right.
You're for profit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Hudson Valley Seed Library is our LLC
Yeah.
name.
Not for UCCRC.
Well, we could do the
Yeah,
industrial
small
revenue
industrial
bond,
revenue.
but it's very specific to the manufacturing process. So I'm not even sure we got into the weeds how eligible.
Basically, it have to be a carbon test.
Do we have any other questions?
This we're hearing, correct?
Yeah, yes.
I move
So,
that we-
yeah, we're looking for a
I'll
motion to
second
move it
that.
for a public hearing. Second, all in favor? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sounds great.
All right.
Have a good day.
Thank you. All right. Now back up to the top. So we are now moving to public comment on agenda items only. Do we have public comments on any of our agenda items?
So just so everyone knows, we did receive additional public comment, that came in after everything was distributed, so there is a small packet in the back of your packet with additional written public comments, and then there is, I don't know.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tim Rogers. I'm Village of New Paltz Mayor. I first want to thank all of you for volunteering. I think what's really interesting and important about a community in regard from speaking broadly in Ulster County is like volunteers are the lifeblood of so much of what goes on. You guys probably do even more than this, and I appreciate the time that you take to take part of your look at various applications. I think what's interesting about this application for a tax abatement for the housing project at 151 Chestnut Street in New Paltz is that there are comps. So, it's not like a seed library, right? Like you guys are reviewing that application, you don't have several other seed libraries to compare it to. So I think what's really interesting and unique about the exercise that you have to perform regarding the but-for review is that you actually have real comps, right? There are 4 similarly sized large apartment complexes being constructed, or have been constructed, So I just hope you take a hard look at that reality when you're the but-for provision regarding this applicant's cost-benefit analysis. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I think that's it for public comment. All right, so executive. Yeah, so moving executive session. Do we need executive session today? All right. Chair's report, I'm standing in for the chair, so I don't have a report, so we will move directly to the.
All right, I'm gonna make this brief. So this month's just very busy. We've been working with current applicants. We have, I would anticipate likely one or two more applicants hopefully coming to us by the end of the quarter or the end of the year. And so we've been working with them. It's very busy. Want to give everyone a quick update on the budget. We have our draft budget together. Mark and I put, some good heads together on that. We anticipate having that finalized before the board for the October 29th meeting. So we'll likely have a finance committee meeting before the regular board meeting. So if anyone has ideas or thoughts on the budget, you're all members of the finance committee, feel free to reach out. We'll make sure that those drafts are out to you in plenty of time to review before the meeting. And just to make sure, reiterate, we did move next month's meeting to the 29th. So please, if you can't make it, just let us know, but that board meeting has to. Additionally, we've just been out and about this month as much as possible. We've attended some notable chamber events, which have been great. Additionally, tomorrow night I'll be presenting with the Office of Employment and Training. They're having a panelist discussion on employment at the Restorative Justice Center, so I'll be there as a panelist. Very excited and happy that they're considering having the IDA be part of that. And then, as you know, most of you probably know, annually the state comptroller reviews our Paris report. So they did review our Paris report again this year. We've had some inquiries. One of the things to note is it looks like from the way they inquired to us, they take all of the information that we put into Paris and they put it into their own document that probably gives them like a way to evaluate it that we can't see when we do it, like putting on night vision goggles. They can kind of highlight things that are hard for us to know and see what they're seeing. However, I'm really happy to report that this year we only had 3 inquiries, where the first year we had many inquiries.
3 is good. That's good.
3 is good. And of 2 of those inquiries, we could confirm that the information reporting was correct. These were not errors. Awesome. There was one error that we did find. It was a math error on a payroll report. And so we're working with the comptroller's office now to update that report to make sure that it's accurate. And if we have any more feedback from them on that, be sure to let the board know, but that's where things sit at the moment. And then, sorry. And for now, I think those are all the updates I have. Is there any other questions or feedback or updates from the board that you'd like? All right, so that's excellent. End of my report.
Thank you, Hillary. Committee reports. Audit committee. Grill.
The report is on page 9. It's 88% compliance for the project in defaults and other project.
Thank you. Finance, the only report is that the budget will be ready for everyone to review in advance of the October meeting, and then we should have it at the October meeting. Governance.
Nothing much to report, Chair. I will just have a recommendation to the board that we discussed. We are recommending to the board that a resolution be adopted to consider amendments to the fee schedules that were already brought to the board's attention. This is a simple formality that we would like a motion for and also would seek approval.
So moved.
Second.
So I'm seeking I thought you were, sorry, I forgot my role. So I'm seeking the motion
So moved.
to adopt the fees. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question. The fees that we just looked at,
They're the same.
they're the same.
Yes, we didn't do the motion on it.
No, that's fine.
Recommendation.
My question is, I see is it costing us more to do stuff, or what is the justification, the reason that we're bumping them up?
Well,
I don't object to.
No, why are we changing the fees? So
No,
there are a couple of reasons.
we really didn't. I don't know. Yeah, so just a brief summary of the changes, and the justification, I guess we could start there. So one of the things, we did not increase the project, fees to applicants. We did not increase the application fee. The fees that we did increase was the special meetings fee. We had initially had it at $500, and, for us to put on a meeting for $500, as well as ask board members who are donating their time to come, we felt was not reflective of the true cost to do that. So we did increase the special meetings fee to be $2,000. We didn't want it to be out of reach for applicants should they need a special meeting, but we also didn't want it to be not reflective of the true cost. Our administrative fees, while we kept them at a minimum of $500, which for simple tasks has been our standard administrative fee, so we really didn't increase that. What we did do is look for a way to say, hey, when someone's seeking administrative work from us that is above and beyond what we typically can perform for $500, we increase the fee to be reflective of 15% of the total additional fees that may have incurred, and that's typically council fees. So if they're incurring significant amount of council fees, we'll look at 15% of that, but it will need to go and get approved before the board, is my understanding. Correct, Shannon? Yeah. The other place that we increased the fees was around annual reporting, and that was really to try to enforce compliance.
With the state, that was the main thing we talked about.
That's the.
So, yeah.
And that's the place where.
Compliance is always.
We
Well, we
need
get
to
the data
be able to
comparison.
comply and have the parish report done timely, and that has.
I did it, trust me, I know.
That was really the main, that's the main issue.
So that
The
was
other
the
one
main
was-
issue around that, was just to try to, again, enforce compliance. And so
We got them all, people were giving the stuff.
we got it all on time
Shoot.
to, well, as you know, we did have one error. We got it all on time to report the tariff on time, but we didn't get it all on time in terms of when we requested to be on time. So we wanted those fees to be a little more punitive to try to kind of encourage compliance.
So when does the flag on the meter go down for not sending them when you request them?
So,
When they're not
When
received.
they're not received.
yeah,
Is that
and
right?
listen,
How-
I call them. There is no one who doesn't know that I'm looking for documents from them, okay? So,
I did this.
I call everyone their mother. So it's not as though they're like, oh, we didn't hear from the IDA, and then all of a sudden we got a bill. That's not how it works. We're try to be very proactive in getting this documentation. And then additionally, the late fees were not that punitive, and we had no way to collect any interest. So if you had a $500 late fee, it was like, oh, I'll just pay it whenever. So we also created a mechanism for these late fees to accrue interest that was also rather penalizing, to, again, not because we're trying to collect the fees, but we're trying to enforce compliance. So that's the summary of the changes.
And to be clear, with the applicants don't really know the Paris deadline, they know our deadline, that's the
Yeah.
case, so it's.
They know our deadline. We'd like to get the information out to them, just reminding them 2 months in advance of it being due. We send that out via email and snail mail. We ask them to please call or email to confirm that you've received this, and then anyone who doesn't confirm, I start calling them. And then usually we send out reminders 2 weeks before it's due, a week before it's due, and then we start making calls if we're really like concerned.
But at the end of the day, their requirement to provide us this information is part of the agreement they signed with us.
Yes,
Correct.
correct.
So, all the extra stuff that you're doing, you shouldn't have to do.
Right.
No.
When you,
So
when
it
you.
reflected all that additional administrative
Right,
costs.
exactly.
Yeah.
Really, really reflecting that there's a lot more effort that is required.
Yeah.
But
I
you
agree
shouldn't
with
have to do.
No, exactly, and I agree with Steve, it's not punitive actually, it is what is required,
True.
so
Yeah.
we are,
It costs
it's real
money.
cost, yeah.
It costs real cost.
It does,
It
and
it distracts our
Right.
executive from other activities like servicing other accounts.
so, So, but we'll make sure, so when we send out our annual letter, we also very clearly state not only what the, project administrative costs are for the year for us to file the parents report, but what the late fees are. So we will be very clear in updating them with that information this year.
All right.
Right, we already had them,
We
we already had the motion. All right,
All in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, old business. Janet, you wanna, status of pending projects?
So the pending projects list we updated just to reflect that we held a public hearing for the 151 North Chestnut project. We also added that you received an application for the Hudson Valley Seed Library project. As you know, we do not have seeker and approval resolutions for the 151 North Chestnut project on the agenda today, and those will appear at a later meeting to give the board more time to review and to allow the company and the IDA to work on an expanded cost-benefit analysis, and there have not been any changes in the other projects.
All right, status of pending enforcements, that's the same.
Yes, no changes. Hillary and Chris are working on setting up a meeting with the Kingstonian project to discuss that, and hopefully we'll have a more substantive update for the October meeting.
Excellent.
Did the property that it's Hurley, which one is?
Hurley is Arizona, Hudson Valley.
Did they pay their back tax?
So that, Chris sent out draft, what's it called?
Yeah, I sent out draft
Oh, sorry.
documents. The payment of the back taxes will be a condition of closing, so we will not close until those are paid, but we have not confirmed if they've been paid to date.
But we've made that very clear to part of the communication of the draft documents, that that's a condition.
All right, excellent. Next, public hearing comments from 151 North Chestnut. I don't know if everyone on the board's had a chance to review not just the hearing video if you weren't there, but all of the comments that we've received, plus the additional comments we received since the packet was put together, which are in the materials just in the back.
If you haven't had an opportunity to watch the video, I will also be sending you a written transcript of the comments that were received at the hearing, so you can read them instead of listening, or do both.
Yeah. Follow along.
I was able to listen to it live, and I also was able to read them, but I'm happy to take some time. You were there.
I watched it,
Yeah.
and I have read every word.
And I was there.
You were there. You were there.
Oh, I got like mine.
Oh.
I didn't have.
What you missed out?
Oh, no.
All right, so we have seen, everyone has had a chance to digest the hearing and the comments. We're not moving forward with seeker or anything today, but we are putting together the new cost benefit analysis, right? Right. So if there are no other comments or questions on the status of the project, we will wait for that analysis and move forward in due course.
Okay, this is not the.
So well, that's our typical cost benefit analysis that we do for every project. And Nate is here representing the project too, so feel free if you do have specific questions.
I do.
So under the advice of Nate's counsel, and we confirmed with our counsel that given the amount of feedback that we got, and I think that there was lots of different math numbers that are out there and existing, and it was hard for us to kind of go line by line to verify all of the information that different people responded in the public comment period, is that we're just going to seek an updated cost benefit analysis as well for the board to review and consider. Also, in speaking with Shannon, if you do have very specific questions, because I know we got a lot of input, but some of it is duplicative or maybe things that are outside the scope of what the board may be considering. one of the things Shannon suggested that I really liked was if you have, you know, a couple questions that you would really like the project to respond to, Nate is here today and we can also have them put that response in writing for the board to continue in its considerations of the project.
Any questions for me now?
Nate Bertrand, you can come on.
You can stay there if you like, but
Never
if you're in front of the camera,
Yeah.
I think, so, nothing in my mind, I'll be very open, nothing in my mind has changed yet, because a lot of the things that I saw were quite inconclusive to me because of different reasons. The major question that I have, and I think everybody has, is what for? You don't have to do it right now. If you need time to think about it, that's fine. But I would highly recommend that you come back with an answer, but for that clearly states why.
Yeah.
And other things are lower for me at this point. But if that's something that you're able to address right now at a later time, that's all I'm happy.
Well, I can certainly elaborate on it much further detail at a later time. Tim spoke earlier, made a very valid comment about having comps on something as where other projects don't have them. And the expanded and comprehensive cost benefit analysis, we think is the most substantive way to show that in objective terms. But having heard Tim's comments about using comps for consideration, I'll be more than happy to follow that consideration and elaborate on that further as well. But I also appreciate having a chance to speak, and if you don't mind, I also wanted to follow up on comments from the last IDA board meeting and set the record straight with your here. So in the last board meeting, we were asked if we had met with Mayor Tim Rogers, got any comments.
Is this from the hearing or public hearing or the?
No, it was from our Ulster IDA board meeting with you guys that before the public hearing. So we were asked if we met with Tim, and we did. We went and met with Tim as soon as we could so that we could tell him that we had applied for a pilot before he got a legal notice. And we did that because we know that he's had a long history of, educatedly opposing pilots. And so we wanted to let him know from us, from a letter. And then when we responded to that question, we said that we felt that the meeting went really well, and that Tim went so far as to even give us advice. And I want to elaborate on that because I think that without follow-up questions and discussing that in more detail, I think Tim deserves the respect from us of some more clarity for this board and for the public that we expected that the meeting with him would not go well because we know his position opposing pilots with objectivity and depth. Okay. But I want to clarify that the advice and the guidance that we received from Tim was to focus on the messaging with our community because while he did not take a position to support us or oppose us with a pilot, we felt that he did a very diplomatic response to us and saying he needed to really get in front of the community, knocking on doors, meeting with community groups, and educating them on why we've applied for a pilot, what our project is. And at that time, we were, in my opinion, months behind in our ability to do that. That would have been something that we should have been on top of much earlier. But the reason I want to bring that up is because I think that the community's reception to our pilot application has adversely affected Tim and the village. And I want to set the record straight that we've had no feelings or anything that's behind closed doors that was unfair to the community. And we feel that he's done a very good job of being diplomatic with us, being respectful and receptive and hearing us while not taking any position or being unprofessional in any way. And Tim's comments to the board today goes so far as to show that when he takes a stance on something, he comes with quite substance. So I wanted to follow up on that question because I think the board and the public deserve to have a little bit more transparency about those comments. As to follow up on your question again, we're more than happy to elaborate and show some more substance in how we seek to show the but-for.
I would appreciate that, and I'm sure the vice chair and others have something as well that they do, but whenever you come back, I would just keep in mind that we have a mission statement. I would just make sure that you're thinking about that when looking at analysis of building problems. And any comps that you do, I would make sure that have suit to other.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
I have a question. When you went to the planning, did you indicate that you were going to apply for a pilot?
I was not part of the partnership at that time.
So the partnership that went to the planning board is not the partnership that has the application before the IDA.
No, it's the same partnership. I had joined that partnership after the planning board did the project. But to answer your question specifically, the partners in the project at that time did not speak of a pilot at that time.
Either way,
To the best of my knowledge, they had not had any discussion about a pilot at that time, and I know that, as far as I'm aware, it was never discussed with anybody in the planning board.
So logically, if that information had been given, the probability of the project being approved by the village board might have been no, because you're asking for a pilot. So it seems as if.
why would the planning board, why would you, if they should have asked if they had.
Well, yeah, they.
But if they wanted to have, when they
That
had a
was-
question, they should have asked it.
I
That's
do not disagree with
I
you.
think being speculative now is.
No, I don't disagree with you, but I do know from, I've been around here a long time, most applicants that come will say we're applying for a pilot. It's just because it eliminates what we saw at the public hearing.
I would say that's conjecture
Yeah.
for a minute, because that's, but at the same time, I would like to ask on that note, in fact. When did the process start? Let's go back a little bit.
When did the process
For
of the
you.
pilot application
You
start?
know, the whole process with the town and everything.
Well,
The village.
The village. I came into the partnership after the planning board had approved the project.
Okay.
So, I can comment to the extent.
No, I got the
where
answer.
we got from that point forward.
Okay.
All right, any other questions? We need clarification on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
All right, so I think we know where we're moving forward on that. Through the agenda, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Then we need a break?
Good.
Okay. I will call to order the Ulster County Capital Resource Corporation meeting since September 17th at 9:50. Pam, absent notice, Franklin Silverman here, Steve Kelly.
Here.
Joe Ferraro.
Here.
Trevor Kerwin.
Here.
Randall Everett. Here. Costu. Approval of the minutes from our August 20th meeting.
So moved.
Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Any public comment on agenda items only? None? We need executive session. Not. I do not have a chair's report from Mike. Executive director report.
Let the executive director's report for the UCCRC reflect the executive director's report for the UCID.
Committee reports, audit. Steve.
Just forward to reports the same.
Finance, same report. Governance,
Nothing to report, same as UCID.
any old business?
Question, do we need to approve those
Oh, the
Do we
fee
need to
change.
recommend that?
for
Yeah.
UCCRC?
That's only for
We didn't
idea,
make any
right?
changes to the UCCRC
Yeah,
policy.
that's only for us, idea changes.
Any new business? Motion to adjourn.